Here at the Linus Media Group Optomechanics and Medical Mood Lighting Research Facility, we firmly believe in pushing the boundaries of RGB technology. And today, you'll witness the fruit of literally several hours of planning. Behold, our all-new electromagnetic ergonomics device, the Robo Chair.
The Be Quiet Pure Bass 600 features a versatile design, noise isolation, and is optimized for different liquid radiator configurations. Learn more at the link below.
Have you ever been sitting there in the dark, admiring your RGB computer and thought, gee, why doesn't my chair also have RGB lighting? Well, I was, and I did. So I sent an email off to CableMod, and before I knew it, a massive box of LED strips arrived at the office. I mean, man, I thought we were RGB crazy. Then those guys were all like, get on my level. Anyway, step one was to find a chair. The one we chose for the job was the Vertigear 350. We hoped its mesh backing would allow our lighting effects to shine through, and the cool, swoopy construction would give us tons of options for mounting our adhesive-backed RGB strips. Next, we needed to pop open some packages and mock up how we thought the RGB strips might mount on the chair using our preferred method of mechanical fastening, generic zip ties. We tried a few different configurations, finally settling on this. This process helped us find the best routing for the strips around the chair without ruining the precious adhesive, which we'll need later on, and without getting a bunch of extra wires cluttering up our build. Speaking of things we'll need later on though, we hadn't quite figured out by this stage how we were going to power the lights. So we tested the strips the dirty way, by having an RGB tail hanging out and connecting them directly to a motherboard. Looks fantastic. I mean, man, could there be anything more beautiful on this earth? I don't think so. Obviously though, there are a few suboptimal things about this method. For example, moving around is something that's nice to be able to do. You don't want to risk tearing out your motherboard if you need to spin quickly and deal with a cat vomit situation. And being able to put the side panel on your rig is an extra bonus. So with those things in mind, we set to work cleaning up the chair. Extra attention and care was taken to be sure that the adhesive on the CableMod cables could hold onto the chair while bending around its complex and seductive curves. We used zip ties to help out wherever possible, but in some places even those wouldn't be able to save us if the adhesive wasn't able to hold the strips on. Learning from the mistakes we made during the mock-up phase, we upgraded the lighting setup at this stage to ensure that even where the sun don't shine, our chair would. We added ass lighting, with the only part of the chair left naked being the headrest. The next step was probably the most difficult. We needed to achieve wireless operation. Initially, we were thinking we'd try making our own RGB controller with an Arduino. So to control each channel, we connected MOSFETs to the PWM outputs, allowing us to adjust the brightness of red, green, and blue independently. Fun fact, when the RGB strip was attached to our bench power supply, we noticed that the power drawn was heavily color dependent. We knew that blue light has a higher energy than red light, but we were still surprised by how big the change in power was. Blue consumed 5 times the power of red. Anyway, what we were hoping to achieve with this was to use 2 Arduinos, one connected to the ASUS Aura sync port on the motherboard that then sends data wirelessly to a second on the chair that syncs between the chair and the computer. Unfortunately, while this would have been possible using XBs, our Arduinos did not have the wireless shields, and at this point, we didn't have the time to spend waiting on them to arrive. Maybe the RGB chair will make an appearance with this upgrade at some point in the future. Dun, dun, dun. Anyway, we settled on Cable Mod's included solution for now. This does waste some of the excellent work we did on the Arduino, but it makes it simpler to use, more reliable, and much easier for our viewers at home to replicate. So to power the strips, we simply Velcroed a battery bank to the bottom of our chair, then adapted the included 12-volt output wires to work with our Cable Mod controller. Sure, a 23,000 milliamp hour battery bank might seem slightly overkill, but come on, man. We're Linus Tech Tips, and with this sucker on here, you'll get an estimated 50 hours of RGB chair fun in between charges. Bringing us finally to the, oh crap. We forgot our pre-flight check. Battery.
Check.
Connections.
Check.
Fat beats.
Check.
Totally unnecessary.
Check.
We are good to go! Look at that, I've got one right here. We are never far from an iFixit ProTech toolkit. This thing is flippin' awesome. It includes the 64-bit driver kit, which is held in place by frickin' magnets. I mean, how cool is that? It includes their prying tools, their spudgers, their ESD-safe tweezers, their ESD wrist strap, their suction cups for pulling screens off. It includes pretty much everything you could possibly need to take apart and repair your electronics because, damn it, you paid for that stuff. You should be allowed to fix it. And they've got tons of great guides on the iFixit.com website that will help you save money. You can usually, and this is from my personal experience, buy the tools that you would need from iFixit in place of paying someone else to do it one time, and then you have everything you need forever. So head over to iFixit.com/Linus and use code Linus at the checkout to save $5 on your next tool purchase of $10 or more. So thanks for watching, guys. If you dislike this video, then quit being a hater. RGB is the future. And if you like this video, hit that like button, get subscribed, maybe consider checking out where to buy the stuff we featured at the link in the video description. Also down there is a link to where to, merch store and the other thing that I usually say. Right, our community forum, which you should totally join.